Hello, this is Nasha Haider, the founder of Innotech Consultants. Today we have the great pleasure of speaking with Saraban Tahura, who's the co-founder and CEO of Turtle Venture Studios. Turtle Venture Studios is an incubator and fund for startups globally. Saraban is also known very fondly as Turin. Turin, it's a really great pleasure to have you here with us today.
Thank you so much, Nashapa. It's wonderful being here.
Initially, I would like to talk to you about inspiration. So, what initially inspired you to launch Turtle Venture Studios? And how's your personal experiences shaping out the founding mission?
Right. Thank you so much for that question. I get that question asked a lot. And I don't like the answers, but that is true. What is true, that is true. That Turtle Venture started as a out of frustration and hope that something will come out good. The frustration was the lack of structured program in Bangladesh and the lack of support system being in Bangladesh for the early stage startups, from the idea to MVP stage startups, where they feel a little left behind after an accelerator program, or all the patterns are the same. You go through every program, it has the same patterns. And then you have to figure out things on your own when you are supposed to get helps. And that's when Turtle Venture was born. We wanted to be the helping hand, the sort of the mother figure for the founders, where they can come in when they are born and we can mold them and give them a shape that they want to turn into and understand the need based on individual founders, because not all founders needs exactly the same things, right? Some founders need technical support, some founders need just capitals, some founders need some connections at the banks or the corporates, or better mentors from their respective industries. So we tried to figure out, how to do that and to become that organization for them. And the name Turtle came from the story that we all know, the slow and steady wins the race, right? So I don't know if you know that there's a scientific conclusion to this. When turtles are born, they have a blurry vision. They can't see fully. And they runs towards the brightest light they see. And it's always on the other side of the ocean, right? And when they run towards that light, because it's blurry vision, they think that, the once they get closer and they'll have a better vision. So they runs into the water. So the longer they stays under the water, the visions gets clearer for them. And when they come out of the water, they see better, they knows better. So that's why our company is called Turtle Venture. You be with us with a vision, which is blurry but ambitious, and then we stay together for a while the vision gets clearer, and then you run towards the brightest light.
Fantastic. And then you reach your goal.
Yes.
Absolutely. Brilliant. That's excellent. Thank you so much. That leads on to the next question, which is you seem to have a blended model.
Yeah.
So the blended model is between venture capital and accelerator.
Yes.
And that differentiates you from the traditional players in the market, especially in South Asia and Southeast Asia. So how do you differentiate from the others?
Before I answer that question, people might take it as a thing that we have a thing against VCs or accelerators. It's not like that.
Right.
We love them. Without them, there wouldn't be any startup ecosystem. Without them, there wouldn't be great founders that we have today or up until today, right? And we support them as much as we can. And we want to become a funnel for them. People should come through Venture Studio to the accelerators and to the VCs. There should be a funnel where people get the bigger money, the bigger supporters.
Right.
So Turtle Venture Studio, before we started this, we talked with more than 50 venture studio founders across the world, Europe, Middle East, US, UK, you name it. And there is, I can tell you the exact number, there is 837 venture studios in the world. And we have figured that out. And we saw into each on everyone's models, how that works. And then we understood those models are not going to function in our Indian subcontinent, if you look at that, because they have a separate sort of economical growth and perspective and how the funds works there and the startup works, the resources. And we have everything different. Even if in India, we have everything different. So from starting to Bangladesh, because I was born and raised in Bangladesh, I'm a Bangladeshi citizen, I need to do the changes at home first.
Absolutely.
So we started at Bangladesh and we understood our people's psychology, how our money psychology works, how our people understands our ownership of a business. How does that work? What does that make them feel? And why would someone start a business when the economy is tight in Bangladesh? And it's not very often supportive. We don't have a wildly supportive environment where the parents are against it, the society is against it. Everybody is so used to go get a job, get a government job or a private job, get your study. Why business? It's riskier. So that's the mentality of Bangladesh, right?
Yes, and
not only-
also in other Indian
subcontinent, yes. Even in Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, India, you see. So we want to love and respect the people that goes beyond that and decide that, I want to start a startup and I want to do this business. And that's where the whole support system starts. If there is no brave entrepreneurs, there is no ecosystem in Bangladesh. Doesn't matter how much investors are ready to invest or how much the government is trying to support. So we figured out a model that helped them realize that, yes, you can start a startup and there is a support system for you and we exist. So what Title Venture does uniquely is we co-build businesses from scratches with the founders, with their ideas. We figure out the problem statements together, or we put out the problem statements, these are the problem statements that needs to be solved in Bangladesh. Come up with plans and we're here to support.
However, do you guide them structurally along the way? Like step 1 to step 6, meaning the whole
100%.
A to Z?
100%.
Okay, yeah.
We start with incorporating the company, building the technology, finding the right product market fit, get investment ready, and our network of investors has to come to our events, see the program pitches, and get the funds for the future funds. And we start with giving them money on day one. And we don't just build a curriculum based on, these are the process. We build a curriculum based on each and individual's need assessment.
Fantastic. Yeah. So it's very personalized
100%
development.
customized, personalized program. So that's where we are a blended model, where we put the money, we become the accelerator, and then we act as the co-founders. So that's the unique model for us.
Excellent program.
Thank you
I'd
so
like
much.
to be part of your program.
Thank you so much.
So you've worked with, I think, over 100 startups.
Yes.
And also maybe about 35 accelerators that you mentioned. So what's the common gaps you've noticed in the ecosystem that Turtle Venture is positioning itself in?
Right. For the gaps, right, we have figured out 3 gaps for the founders. So when you start a business or an organization, you have to choose side, right? Either I'm the vendor.
You have to choose a side.
You have to choose one side of the business. So there is 2 sides always. Someone is paying and someone is getting paid.
Yes.
Right? So for any businesses, it's like that. Right?
Yes, of course. Yes.
So you have to choose a side. That if I'm for the VCs, I will look after the VC, what the VC needs. And I'm here for the founders. I need to look after what the founders needs. No matter what my VC is. I'm going to convince the VCs anyway. Right? Because I'm for the founders.
Yes.
So that is our motto of starting that organization. And then we figured out the problems. There was 3 gaps that we figured out. One, the founders are isolated.
Yes.
After every program, the founders find themselves alone to figure out the next steps. The program is done. 3 months accelerator program is done. You got your training, you got everything you need to know from the mentors and experts, and then you are alone. And you cannot reach them back. Like, you suggested this, I did that, and that is the result I got. Now what do I do? Right? That is one
Right.
gap. The structure, there's a structure missing here. Because this is, if this is a solar system, if any of the planet or any of the part of object from the solar system goes out of the system, they're not getting the help of this solar system, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that's what I'm saying, that when you are out of the program, you don't get access back to the programs or the people that you need the access to, right? If you're my teacher, you taught me something, and you have to look at my mark sheet. Otherwise, how would you know if I have learned it well or not? So after an accelerator program, they're left alone to figure out the stuffs. That is one problem that I figured out. They cannot go back.
And the other two, like
the second one is the fragmented program syllabus. Everybody thinks the legal problem needs to be solved, the tech problem needs to be solved, and you go on, you get ready and raise the fund. It's not like that.
Yes.
Sometimes
reality is a very different game.
Very different.
Yes.
Sometimes they need help with your mental support. What about the mental health? What about asking, how everyone is at home doing? Are you okay today? What about, asking them, taking them on a retreat, take a day off. Today, we're not going to talk about work. And let's figure out how we spend a day. What is the fun things you love to do? So no one is building the system based on their personality. Someone maybe loves to play video games. And he's a founder or she's a founder, and they deserves a break. And how do we put that into the program? It's a 4-month program. Maybe 2 weekend, we just do fun and try to understand more how they're feeling outside of the event. And that's when you can develop the next classes being understood on what they're feeling and what they're doing and what are the actual goal for them, right? Number 3 is no one is building with them.
What do you mean?
No one is building the company with them. You and me, we are both friends from high school, and we started a company. Where is
For example,
where is the third perspective?
Okay.
If I've known you for 10 years, it's most likely that 2 of us are going to agree on most of the stuffs. But sometimes it's important not to agree. A third person perspective that, this is where we're going wrong. You guys take a break. Let me figure out something and do it. And, this technology, let me taste the better taste. Because you guys are understanding the user flow one way. I might give you another perspective.
Absolutely.
That the customer could think that way.
Yes.
And you might not agree with it. And that's when it becomes more, more experimental. And then you figure out a better way to build it. Right? Maybe you just say, you take care of the technology part. You take care of the finance part. I'm taking care of the legal part. Nobody's coming after your companies or your patents or anything. I'm here. Nobody's saying that to the founders. Right?
And that's important for them to grow as a founder.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, if you are a technical engineer,
yes,
and now you are signing legal papers without even understanding what's there, and some term sheets are coming up, and you need the money, and you just signed it without even understanding the clause. Right? You cannot be a Superman.
So it's basically
you are only a human being.
So you're basically helping them to build that team as well.
Yes.
And to build the correct co-members.
Absolutely. We help them find the right co-founders, find the right HR person.
Right.
There is a serious HR person. There is a fun HR person. What kind of a founder? If you are a fun founder like me, our HR person comes the most late. And we're okay with that because she takes care of everything else.
Right.
We don't need to worry about
Makes
the
sense.
payroll and whatever, the hiring and the firing. That gives a headache out of us, right? So that's something, I think that's very important.
That's really a very detailed answer.
Thank you so much.
And it was just like wonderful to see your thought processes
Yes.
through that. Can you share one story of a founder where this support that Turtle Venture Studio gave to them, him on or her,
Yeah.
that made a pivotal difference to their startup journey? Can you just give a little brief story about one case?
Absolutely. I think you were at the event yesterday at our event, right?
Yes.
And my partner said a story. We found a founder who's doing an amazing business in terms of fintech. I won't name the name here. He's doing pretty well right now. But the first time we met him, he didn't know what a cap table is.
A cap table?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
He was like, what's that? We asked him, who is on your cap table? How much have you raised? And what are the revenue? I said, what is cap table?
So then how did you go about bridging the gap?
We studied. And you wouldn't believe, he stayed at my place.
At your home?
At my home. We studied the whole night, prepared for several pitches. We did develop the pitch deck together. My mom cooked for all of us.
Wonderful.
And then now, he is at a valuation of around $7 million now. He raised $1 million within 1.5 months last month. And he has most promising fintech investors on the cap table of Singapore. From Singapore, I mean, those investors are from Singapore. So
fantastic.
What went right about us? Like I told you, we are very humanized program. We treat people as you. He knows what he was doing. He knew the business model. He knew how he would make money and how he would help people through that business. He just didn't know what a cap table is, and that's not a punishable crime.
However, in your structured program, did he sort of come across as being a bit naive? So you structured how you go about
I wouldn't say
structuring all
naive.
this?
I wouldn't say naive. It's okay to not to know the terms of the finance altogether.
Of course, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
and you
okay.
can learn. It's a learning game.
Yeah, I'm an
Yes.
engineer. Now I'm
Yes.
running a VC. It's a whole
Yes.
different thing. I had to learn a lot.
Of course.
If I tell you about the number of nights I've spent just studying, this podcast will go for like 4 hours. Right? So
Yes. Maybe for another podcast.
yes. So I think it's a very honest mistake
Yes.
that, he just graduated and started the business. Never worked for anybody. Never worked for a company, not an internship. While studying in business, he understood the problem of the people and he figured out there was a big market, and he come from a wealthy family, to be honest. His paternal background is very good. They own airlines, they own garments industries, a lot of them.
But
then he figured out a problem of rural people.
I see. Okay.
And
So
then
this
he did
is-
not
is
take.
Is this to do with InsurTech?
No. It's the lending platform.
Oh, I see.
Yes. So
I
he
understand.
was living within those people, within those areas, and he saw the struggle. Why would someone has to go to a bank for a month to get a loan?
Correct.
Because he's running a legitimate business. He has a store. He has all these products stocked. Why would a bank needs those silly papers? So since he was a student, he figured it out. He just needed a good person that will tell him, bro, these are the investors you need to reach out to. These are the models you need to put on your business. And that's how you tell the story.
Right.
He didn't need my technology. He didn't need my marketing team because he was doing all that on his own. He just didn't know how to tell that story. We helped him with the story.
Yes.
So see, that's a different. And there is other stories there where they have everything sorted out. They knows how to tell the story. They just don't have the technical background. Then
Yes.
my technology team jumps in, develop the product, publish it outside, and now every day they're getting customers.
Fantastic. Yeah.
So you understand
Yes.
why it's different for every individual?
Yes.
That's what you met the InsurTech Chaya, right?
Chaya,
Yes.
yes, I met the Chaya startup founder, and he's very charming, and he's done really well in Middle East.
Trust me,
now.
when he got into the program, he wasn't that charming.
But maybe we save that for another
Yes.
discussion.
So that's how that is.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
Individually programmed for everybody.
yes, and so that's why I feel that you've got this very collaborative approach
Yes.
to how you manage the business.
Absolutely.
And also how you manage your partnerships. And you've proven that this is the best way to accelerate the startup growth. So, are there any prominent incubator programs or partners that you've partnered with, which you're allowed to mention, that
Yeah.
have really helped with your Turtle Venture incubator to grow?
Yeah.
Are there any partners that you'd like to
Absolutely.
share about?
I would give 100% credit of Turtle Venture's success to our partners.
Mm-hmm.
If those people didn't trust us, we wouldn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We started off with an idea that, you know what, we are going to do something crazy. We want to do individual accelerator program for everybody, and
Mhm.
we want a fund associated with it. Everybody was like, what? No. You run a program on donor funded program, development funded program.
Mhm.
Otherwise, there is no program. Nobody is putting money up front to see how the program goes.
Mhm. Mhm.
So our first investor for the fund was Deco Venture Capital, which is a VC fund tagged along with one of the biggest garments in Bangladesh, a family office, right? And they were like, you know what? We're going to do this with you. Let's see.
Mhm.
And that was the first bet people took on us.
So it was like a first chance bet
Yeah.
for the newbie Turtle Venture
Yes,
studio.
for the studio.
Mhm.
Yes.
This was in
Yeah,
Bangladesh.
in
Yes.
Bangladesh. They were the first people who
Mhm.
said, you know what? We're going to look into this. We are with you from start to end. Let's see how it goes.
Okay.
We love the idea. We
Fantastic.
love the concept. So the CEO of that company is Putoy, who is the son of the garments owner, right? He is young. He's maybe 1 or 2 years elder or younger than me. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
But he is amazing. And he invested in technology companies before he started working with us. And he's like, Turin, I believe in the idea. I believe in the concept. Let's get started. So that's one partner,
Mhm.
right? There is Light Castle Partners, who is a management consultancy firm based in Bangladesh, who works with all the data startups. And they're one of the companies that helps Startup Bangladesh decide where to put the money in.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's one. Bijon Islam is the CEO of Light Castle Partner. I want to give him a big shout out whenever I can, because he calls me hero.
He calls you hero because you are a hero.
Because every time there's like,
Yes.
Bhai, I need something. He's like, hero, what do you need? Even in the formal email.
Mhm.
And that keeps me moving. I'm like, some people are believing in me. And whenever I needed him for mentorship, for a session, for a sitting with a founder one-on-one,
Mhm.
he's there.
Fantastic.
He's there. And he promoted us to the government, to the private sectors. He runs a fund for the Swiss embassy. And he always tries to tag us along, to understand, to train. There's a program called Train the Trainers, where we got the training to become the person that we are today.
And that program was
Funded
run by
by
the Swiss embassy.
Swiss embassy, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Swiss Development Fund, right?
Okay. Yes.
And then there is another company called, everybody knows that Startup Bangladesh.
Mhm.
They always had our back. Always.
Very nice.
Always. Whenever we said, we're running this program, people are saying we're stupid. And they're like, no, we're here. Whenever. You need the space, you need the workspace, you need the auditorium, you need the setup, whatever that is, we're here.
Mhm.
Even in the past government, the current government, at all times, they were very supportive.
That's really good that you've had that sort of mentorship from the right leaders.
Absolutely. And
Absolutely.
I was lucky that by the time we started Turtle Venture,
Mhm.
those companies were established to help the ecosystem. That's how you connect the dots.
Yes.
We are a private organization. Light Castle is a private organization. Deco Issue is a private organization. And you get all the help from private organization, and that you get funded by the government.
Yes.
What else do you need
Absolutely.
to succeed?
So you've in your young life,
Yes.
am I correct to say that?
Yes,
or maybe
yeah.
I shouldn't, but I'm just
No,
saying
no,
that
yes, yes.
you've done really well, incredibly well in the past 4 years, where you've taken this lead
Yes.
and it's just driving forth with a passion
Yes.
to
I
succeed.
try my best. I think a lot is yet to be done.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. What I've done, it's nothing compared to what it could be, what it could turn into potentially. In Bangladesh, now we are talking to the government of Sri Lanka, the government of Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
They have their own funds
Mm-hmm.
that they will co-invest with us. That's a huge opportunity for Pakistani people or Sri Lankan people.
Yes.
Right? And Indian government already has a fund of funds. Any outside investor is putting money, Indian government is putting money with them. So that the fund becomes bigger.
So it's like a 1-to-1 matching.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And it's also Bangladesh government has taken steps to do that in partnership with Zyka. They are launching around a $30 million fund to be co-invested by us.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very good.
Yeah, those are the big things they have done. We are just a small part of the ecosystem, trying our best to do what we can do.
Small yet dynamic. So that's
Probably,
what counts.
yes.
That's what counts. So with that, I'd like to ask you, so what are your priority sectors and markets or verticals that you focus on? So you said that you're currently trying to raise $5 million
Yes.
to fund promising ventures.
Yes.
So what sort of verticals would you like to focus on to deploy the fund? Are there sort of 1 to 3 that you really say, these are my favorite verticals that I would like to help?
Absolutely. I think every fund has their own favoritism, right?
Mm-hmm.
Own kind of thing that they can be aligned with, have the same thesis and same understanding of the market. So as both of us, the partner and our other partner is from finance, but 3 of us are in love with technology.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Because we're engineers. No matter the third co-founder is from finance, but he loves technology.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're into technology. Anything that has anything to do with tech, we're there. But if you look at our previous portfolios, we are more into fintechs
Mm-hmm.
because it has a huge market and there's a huge problem to be solved alone in South Asia alone. Let's forget about Southeast Asia. In South Asia,
Mm-hmm.
cross-border payments, cross-border transactions, cross-border travel technology, and cross-border lending,
Fantastic.
or trading.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of scope in fintech. So that's something we're really excited about. And 3 of the first cohort was in fintech. We ended up investing in fintech. So that's something. There is 4 to 5 sector that we look into. Agricultural tech, because South and Southeast Asia is highly dependent on agriculture and we need more information on the soils because carbon emission is not helping us anytime soon. Right?
Yes, yes.
And the second is absolutely fintech. The third is e-commerce and logistics. E-commerce, Bangladesh has 200 million people.
Yes.
Imagine the market.
It's a huge
It's
potential
a huge
market.
potential market. Even maybe not for the world top 10%, but the middle income people, right? It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
And we are one of the youngest population on earth.
Yes.
Right? Our average age, 70% of the people's age is under 35.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that. We are one of the most powerful nation by age.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Everything is achievable at that age. If you look into Sri Lanka, 98 million people almost, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you look into Indonesia, 298 million people, right? And in Pakistan, it's almost 120 million people, right?
Yes.
So imagine the cross-border e-commerce, cross-border logistics, cross-border trading. Imagine the potential of that market. It's $1 trillion market itself.
Mm-hmm.
And Bangladesh, by the Boston Consulting Group, there was a report.
Yes.
Bangladesh is going to be $1 trillion market by 2035. So we are giving that vision in head. We want to become part of that $1 trillion market within 2030 so that we have early access to the right startups, which probably will become unicorn or we'll become zebra. We don't need, or we don't always need
That's
unicorns.
very ambitious.
Yeah, right. So that's the sectors
Yeah.
that we look into.
Mhm.
And another is AI. AI in fundamental problem solving, AI in mental health, AI in healthcare, AI not in crypto or blockchain, because our people, the most important problem to be solved for our people have to have mineral water rather than AIs. So those are the sectors we're looking into. Health tech is one of them. It's a $1 billion opportunity in Bangladesh. And we're looking into technologies that are, mostly in medtech rather than
Okay.
just telehealth or anything, because a lot of investment has gone into those, more into medtech innovation.
Okay. But I mean, so your milestones, like what, can you give me precisely, like maybe a milestone that you would like to reach in by 2035? One specific milestone.
2035 will be far enough. I can tell you for 2030, for the next 5 years.
Okay, next 5 years.
We
Sure.
want to become the Y Combinator for South and Southeast Asia.
Mm-hmm.
The prestigious program that everybody wants to go into,
Mm-hmm.
rather than going to university. I'm sorry, a lot of parents are going to go against me.
It's okay.
But it's okay. It's the generation that breaks the parents' hearts and make them a whole lot of money. But yeah, we want to become the prestigious program
Mhm.
that people wants to go to after graduating high school, not necessarily to turn out to be an entrepreneur, but to learn about being financially independent
Mhm.
and understand the investment procedure, understand technology more,
Mhm.
be aware of technology more. And by 2035, I think we want to do our entrepreneurship university in South and Southeast Asia.
So it's like a turtle venture university.
University, academy, institute, however you can call it. We haven't figured that
Okay,
out.
fantastic.
But that's the
yeah.
biggest ambition, I think.
By 2035.
2035, next 10 years.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Wonderful. So, okay, this leads to the next question, which is there's obviously a lot of competition,
Yep.
and you're facing that every day because, there's a growth in the region. What steps will you take to maintain that turtle venture is the go to studio and is the destination for early stage founders?
We, for next few years, we have an advantage, which is our
Okay.
age.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the VCs or the accelerator founders, they're respectively, with no offense, they're at least 15 to 20 years older than us.
Yes.
And the founders these days are most of our age. So we have an age advantage, which I
Mhm.
figured out that when they participate in other program and when how they talk, how they pitch, it's whole different when they're talking to us, because they find it comfortable
Okay.
talking to us because of
Mhm.
the age. They find it friendly to talk to us. Like, what are the struggles they go through? And about the competition, I would say, if you look at our website, if you I don't know if you have been to,
I have, yes, I have.
we have 3 words in the first landing page. That is connect,
Mm-hmm.
co-create, and
Mhm.
collab.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't believe, there is no C for the competition. So we only believe in collaboration. Everybody is a competition until we sign a collaboration document with them.
Mm-hmm.
And we look forward to be partner with everybody and anybody
Mm-hmm.
that wants to be part of that. And we chose our niche market. We want to work with early stage company. We have nothing to do with the growth stage company. We only celebrate their wins. Recently, ShopUp
Yes, ShopUp
did an
is
amazing merger, right? We celebrated at our office. Afif doesn't need to know, but I know that helps my ecosystem to go big. Whenever PureShop raises a fund, we celebrate.
Mhm.
Whenever the Bikash raised fund from SoftBank, we celebrate it. So whenever an Indian company is raising fund, which is more than $300 million, we celebrate, because that only keeps us moving. That only keeps the light on. That only keeps the hopes up.
Yes.
And that's when we believe that when the ecosystem gets bigger, our opportunities get bigger, more people comes to the industry dreaming that they would become those founders one day. So in terms of competition, I don't think we have competition. We can only be funnel for bigger programs,
Mm-hmm.
and we can only be helping hand for the founders and the investors. So yeah. And one of the milestones that we want to achieve
Mm-hmm.
is to make a platform for everybody and make a platform that will be the private stock exchange of startups.
Fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Private stock exchange for startups.
Yes.
And the go-to startup incubator
Yes.
in Southeast Asia.
In Southeast Asia, yes.
Fantastic idea. So that leads me to this next question, which is, can you name one startup? For example, in health tech, we met someone through you called Moner
Bondhu, yes.
Moner Bondhu,
Yeah.
which means in
It means-
English, friend of your mental state.
Friend
Or
of your mind,
yes.
or your heart.
Yes. So could you explain a little bit why you are supporting Moner Bondhu? Why is that something that's important?
You know, I'm a mother.
Yes.
I'm a founder. I'm the only daughter of the house. I live with my family.
Yes.
My parents-in-laws lives abroad,
Mm-hmm.
and that puts some responsibilities on me. You know, looking after the assets in Bangladesh and taking care of the other relatives in Bangladesh, right?
Yes.
So as a wife of that, as a daughter-in-law of that family, I also have responsibility. As a daughter of my family, I have responsibility. And Turtle Venture is a baby to me. Now I have my own baby.
Own baby, yes. And congratulations on your own baby.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
And that puts me in difficult position. It's
Mhm.
sometimes. And sometimes I lose all my sanity.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Sometimes I don't feel like myself. Sometimes I feel like yelling at everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that's when I need people like Moner Bondhu so much. When they can just listen to our, the things that we go through, right?
Mm-hmm.
And give us that place of comfort.
Mm-hmm.
So as an entrepreneur, as a mother, as a daughter-in-law, as someone's wife, if I can go through this, tons and tons of people, not only women, also men. My husband also goes through that.
Mm-hmm.
He's a father, he's a son-in-law for my family, son for his family, and husband to me, husband to a chaotic person like me who goes through those at the same time. It's not easy for him as well.
Yes, okay.
Right?
I understand.
And nobody talks about it.
Mm.
Everybody is walking and working with a smile on their face, like everything is okay, when we all know it's not.
Right, yeah.
I have no idea what's going on in your
Mhm.
life right now while you are taking that interview, and I am no one to judge it, but I'm sure you need that mental space.
Yes, everyone does.
Everyone does. We're all human. We cannot be
So
robotic.
what's the beautiful package in Moner Bondhu, this startup that you're backing through your Turtle Ventures? What are they planning to do?
They initially started with
Mhm.
consulting,
Yes, okay.
person to person,
So,
company to
so
company.
psychologists
Psy-
talking
yes,
to
psychologist,
patients,
psychiatrist,
talking to patients,
talking to
yeah.
patients, getting on calls online, offline, through an app.
Mhm. Okay.
And
yeah.
then they expanded it to B2B model, where they go to the big companies, conglomerates, let's say Samsung. They have 5,000 workers.
Mhm.
Who is taking care of them? No one is accountable for their mental health,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
So they figured out, we should reach Samsung and tell them how that mental effect is affecting your productivity of the company, how you're losing money because you're not taking care of them.
Okay. So
Be-
have they developed programs with the
Or you have no
HR?
idea what they have done. Wait for
Sounds
me to tell you.
exciting.
It's super exciting. They have partnered
Yeah.
up with more than 100 companies like that
Mhm.
in Bangladesh, supporting more than 273K people at the workplace.
Fantastic. That's excellent.
I think
mean,
that's huge.
That's massive. Yes.
That's huge.
Mm.
They are partnered with WHO, UNICEF Venture Fund. They are training the hospital people, hospital staffs to look after patients if they're going through that or not.
Mhm.
So that's the sort of people you just don't support for the money. You just support for the cause.
Absolutely. And
You
she's
support for the
doing
number of impacts.
and it's a big impact not only for monetary impact, but it's for the well-being of people
Well-being of
and their happiness.
Yes.
Yes. And their well-being as a family unit.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if you know, if you look at the people are dead, dead in Japan out of mental frustration. At the metro, at the staircase. That's not happening in Bangladesh, and thanks to them for existing.
Yes. Sounds like a extremely interesting lady also. Like she's a clinical
She's
psychologist.
amazing. You should.
Yeah.
I know. I would
I think
suggest.
to meet with people like that who are providing this holistic package for
Yes.
well-being.
Yes.
Yes. So, okay, now I would like to not finish this interview, but it's just how do you make like specific impacts? Like, how do you measure the metrics that, okay, this is what we've given to the startup, and this is the KPI, and this is the outcome that we wish them to achieve? So, are there specific impact metrics that you are tracking as you help startups in finance or agri-tech or education?
Absolutely.
So you do have a package
We
to
have.
do the
We
metrics.
do have a metrics.
Mm.
You know, at the end of the day, no matter how much VC investments or private stock or public stock investment you do, it's not always about money.
Mm-hmm.
It's the causes that we are supporting.
Okay.
That's the thing that gets you the sleep at night.
Yes.
Right? You know, if we would, you know, now we are going through due diligence with the Monarbundi. If we are able to
Mm-hmm.
give them the fund, I'll get a good sleep because I know how much people are getting help out of it.
Yes.
So the metrics is how much you are giving back to the society,
Mm-hmm.
how much people are affected under it,
Mm-hmm.
how much people are getting benefited financially, mentally, you know, in terms of all the companies that we have invested in. I'm giving you an overhead.
Like a holistic picture.
Average,
yes.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Amount of job has been created,
Mm-hmm.
amount of people has been impacted, amount of region that you have covered, right? And the customer journey from the top to the bottom. Who is the end journey? First, let's say the loan that we make from our platform, one of our investee company, it comes from the bank, so they are the top, right?
Right.
So it goes to the retailers. It goes through Druta loan, and the money goes to retailers. Let's say 10 different retailers. 2 of them are selling pharmaceuticals, right? 2 of them are selling maybe mudi dokan, you know, the pop shop.
Rice,
Right,
rice or other groceries.
Yes,
Yeah.
groceries.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are selling, you know, what it calls fruits
Mm-hmm.
or a showroom.
Yes.
Though we look at the pharmacy and the area that he's serving,
Mm-hmm.
how much people lives in that area. So how much people's life we're affecting, right? So he cannot do something unethical under that wing. He has to sign something
Mm-hmm.
before that. And the grocery stores, how many families lives there, right? And the fruit store, he gets it from the farmers, so his money is going to the farmers. Which region?
Mm-hmm.
From, let's say, mango, it's coming from Rajshahi.
Yes.
How big of the farmer is, how much money he's getting. Can we fund that guy or not? So that's the metrics that we have developed
Mm-hmm.
for ourselves. So before they get into it, we have a one-to-one discussion with the founders. Let's say at a tea store, to understand his mentality. Is he doing it for the money or the salary? Or is he even understanding how big of a step that he has taken to do such businesses?
Fantastic. Fantastic. It was so lovely talking to you. I have one last question.
Please.
About your personal passion. Like,
Yes.
you're a great leader. You've got personality. You've got gusto. You've got dynamic personality. So, how has your leadership style and personal mission evolved as this dynamic company grows? I mean, there's been a rapid growth in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So, as a woman leader in Bangladesh, you've been recognized in Forbes under 30 as well as an honoree. And so, how do you see your leadership style growing and evolving in the next stage?
I
I know
think
it's a difficult question, but
it is, but it is a fun question to ask, and you will be surprised by the answer. I get it from my family.
right.
I come from a long, long family, huge.
Mhm.
My father's there are 6 brothers and sisters.
Right.
My
Yeah.
mom's there are 10 brothers and sisters,
Mhm.
and we all live together. We are all connected. We take care of each other. We reach out to everybody every week, and there is no way you can miss a family event. And
Mhm.
sometimes you are in charge of maybe for the decoration of a birthday party of your cousin. Sometimes you are in charge of the annual retreat of the family,
Mhm.
and that's how you develop something. And when I was a child, I was so much into sports. So, and I'm the middle child at home. So
Okay.
when you are a middle child at home,
Mhm.
you develop leadership.
When you're the diplomat in the family.
I am the diplomat in the family.
right. So,
know?
what about you? Was talking about sports. So, what type of sports that
Uh,
led to your leadership skills?
I was into badminton. I was
Okay.
into cricket. I played for many tournaments, and in the sports, one thing you learn,
Mhm.
if not everything, that is discipline and leadership.
Absolutely. Yes.
In sports, I think everybody should go into sports for a few years. I know Singapore has a program for going into military for 2 years, but in Bangladesh, I think it should be for sports.
And-
Everybody.
And that sort of treats you in a sort of like it
That
pushes
gives,
you.
That gives you an open window to become the leader.
Fantastic.
In Bangladesh, not every family gets it. Not
Mhm.
everybody. It's the father who takes all the decision. But it's not like that at my home.
Mhm.
My mother is 8 sisters. All of them working. So I grew up within working women's.
Fantastic.
My
Yes.
father is a very liberal person
Mhm.
who raised me to say that, even if you have 2 brothers, think like that they have you.
And they're fortunate to have you as the sister.
Yeah, it's like you are the caretaker of them, because they're not gonna. Both my brothers are a bit artistic. One of them is a fashion designer, my elder one, and the
Yes.
younger one is an architect, and he did a second major in graphic designing. So they're more into art and culture, and more into subtle career. But I'm the aggressive one, so everything I did, my father
Assertive,
said.
I would say. Not aggressive, assertive.
Yeah. So everything I
Yeah.
touched,
Yeah.
I succeeded by the grace
Yeah.
of God and the prayers of my parents. But my father and my Boro Mama, I think, my uncle, maternal uncle, both of them has raised me to become whoever I wanted to become. They never treated me like the girl child. Never, ever. I was the tomboy.
So it's very good that you were the tomboy and you're passionately pushing things forward.
Yeah. I made things happen since I
Yes.
was a kid.
Fantastic. So in the flip side of the coin, what are the biggest challenges you've faced? For yourself personally and for
Career-wise?
Turtle- and sorry?
Career-wise?
Yes. What are the biggest challenges you've faced
One of the
personally?
biggest challenges, no matter how encouraged you are in the family or by the friends or the people or the neighbors, you are still a woman in a country like Bangladesh.
Mhm. I totally understand that.
And
Yeah.
my maternal aunt, my paternal aunt, all of them are highly government officials, has done excellent in their career. And still, I never thought I would face that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was normal. Women going out, working, it was very normal.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you grow up in a situation and then you sort of think that, what are they talking about? What struggle?
Yes.
Right? What
Right.
struggle of not going to the school, not being able to get the dream job or get the cricket bat that you want or get the shoe that you want?
Mm-hmm.
What are they talking about? But when I started working,
Mm-hmm.
everybody asked, who is your boss? Who sent you?
Oh, you mean when you first
Started
started
my
Turtle
business.
Venture?
Yes.
They asked you who's your boss.
Yeah, who
not
sent you?
knowing that you're the boss.
Not assuming or
Not assuming.
or
Yes.
not even giving it a thought that I could be the boss.
Yes.
Right? And also my height, I still look like a teenager, I think, for a lot of people.
Young,
I take that
yes.
as a compliment, but
Yes, it
sometimes
is.
they say that on my face, and I'm like, I am the boss. I am running it. And that's how I do it. And this is the things I've done so far. And they find it astonishing. And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then, you sort of face that yet. It's heartbreaking. I'm sure my daughter won't face it, but I have faced it my fair share. Yes.
Excellent. Excellent, Turin.
Yes.
I was so engrossed in all your answers that we've had during this discussion. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
For coming along today to our podcast.
Of course.
And it was so enlightening and so insightful. Thank you very much for coming along today.
And thank you so much for the opportunity to speak. Not often that we get the opportunities, but I'm happy to share the story and the journey with everybody. And whoever is interested to work in this spectrum or the industry,
yes,
I'm happy to connect. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you. With that, we conclude our podcast today. I'm Nashia Haider from Innotech Consultants. We are always looking forward to speaking with professionals and entrepreneurs in innovation and tech. And with that, I would like to also thank Turin, who delved into her journey, her philosophy, and her growth personally and professionally in the field of tech and innovation. Thank you very much, and thanks for joining us for our podcast.